think so. So this video, I'm watching this Diddy documentary. By the way, it's very good. I'm not gonna front. Very entertaining. A lot of good information. You learn a bunch of shit that I had no idea about. So I definitely think you should go watch that shit. I'm only halfway through, and I've learned shit that I've never knew. And I've been a hip hop head, somebody that has loved this shit, been a part of this shit. And there's stories I'm just like, that fucking really happened. So check this one out, right? Basically about the East versus the West. This big thing where the East Coast and the West Coast had this beef. Ultimately, people dying, Biggie and Pac getting in the middle of the shit, and this whole beef that divided hip hop and made us lose our biggest stars and shit. You feel me? But one revelation from this movie is basically before there was this rap beef, it was just really two people, right? It was Diddy as a businessman and going against Suge Knight as a businessman, right? Suge had Death Row and some big artists. Diddy had Bad Boy and some big artists. And yeah, they happened to be positioned on opposite coasts, but it wasn't about the coast. It was about just two people, two businessmen having issues, right? Because when you're in business, it's about the money, and you'll do anything to keep your money or to make more of it or to make sure someone else don't take the money. Like it's an everyday job to stay vigilant, right? Is that how you say? Stay vigilant. Anyways, it's your job to pay attention to every single thing that could come and ruin your business or take it down or take your money. You got to be on your toes with everything, right? So these two guys were kind of like, friction, right? And then what happened was the Pac and Big became really close, and that started making Diddy feel a little uncomfortable because Diddy wants to be like, yo, get away. This is my artist. I'm the one in power here. Like, don't put nothing in his head. Don't be going around me. Like, you know what I mean? Just taking care of his investment type of thing, right? Here comes Suge. Suge wants to try to take an artist from Diddy because Diddy wasn't paying the way he should have paid, so a lot of artists weren't happy. So Suge Knight, being a businessman, was thinking like, let me take Craig Mack, which was Diddy's other big artist. Let me take Craig Mack. Craig Mack is not happy. I'm gonna bring him to my label, pay him better, and he's gonna be a part of Death Row East, which was a label he was gonna start, right? So Diddy and them found out that Suge Knight was going behind the back trying to like take some artists. So now it becomes war business wise because it's like, oh, you really trying to fuck around with my business and take my people? Now I'm really mad, right? So what happened is Suge Knight went to a party that Diddy was doing with his homeboy, and they walk up in there, and there's this bad vibe, this energy, like if there was about to be a fight. So everybody steps outside real quick, right? As Suge is outside, Diddy's outside. Suge steps up to like try to talk to Diddy or press him or start some beef or some kind of shit. And one of Diddy's bodyguards or security, or I think it was like a cop, pulled out a gun, and he like the way they explained it was so spooky, right? The nigga pulled out a gun and put a look at Suge Knight's friend. He looked at Suge Knight, right? And he looked like, imagine you're Suge and I'm looking at you. I have this gun at your friend and I'm just shooting him as I'm staring at you though. I'm not looking at him to see if I'm not missing or nothing. Like I'm just like pop 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 pop, and he's just staring at Suge Knight on some like I dare you to move right now type shit, right? So Suge was just there like, oh, what the fuck? After he stopped shooting, Suge Knight said some shit like to Diddy, like, oh, it's like that, my dog. You just killed my homeboy right here in front of me. Diddy was on some shit like, come on, man, it's gonna be all right. I don't want no problems. And Suge was like, what? Tell your mom it's gonna be all right. What? Tell your kids it's gonna be all right, dog. Like this is war right now. So Suge Knight goes off running for his life type shit. But they're saying that was the birth of all all the problems. That was really the issue. It wasn't about like some rapping shit. It wasn't about some beefing. It wasn't about like, oh, we're the better label. It wasn't about none of that shit. The fans, the people that jumped on the beef later on, the diss tracks between Pac and Big, all that shit came later. The real root of this shit was two motherfucking niggas trying to be bigger than the other in business. And when somebody gets hurt, it becomes not business no more. Now it's just a war, period. You feel me? And now Sugar's looking for dead. Diddy's like gotta hire gangsters to be around them. Shit happens. People trying to take each other out, and then all the rap shit happens on top of it. So, you know, this is something I didn't really know either. This is a brand new story to me. My mind is blown about it. You know, and it explains a lot, because one thing I always knew about that beef was like, this shit is real deep. Like these guys really gonna go to the death. This is not a beef of like, when you have a beef with someone and it's not that deep, and it's like let's say you get into like a small fight and you look around like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Let's go watch some TV or something. It wasn't like that. I could feel the energy of like, we are going to kill each other. You feel me? And now I can understand if people were losing friends and shit over this. Now I can make a little bit more sense, man. But how do you guys feel about this? Leave it in the comments, man. Let's talk about this, because there's some new bombshell shit. I did not know this is how it went down, and I think it makes it more interesting. Leave it in the comments, like and subscribe, and let's finish watching this documentary so we can see what else we can learn about this hip hop history shit. You feel me? Crazy ass shit going on, man. But much love to everybody out there. It's your boy. I'll let y'all later. All right? Peace.